Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Here we're going to learn on how to get this look, obviously. I wanted to do something that I always say I want to do something different, but I feel like I've done this before. But I like this look. I mean, I did like a winged eyeliner, like a shimmery eye, very obviously very contoured, and this chocolatey lip. It's one of the NYX lipsticks. I'll obviously talk about it later. Thank you so much for watching, and leave me some comments in the comment box to see what look you guys would want to see the next time so I can redo it, so I can do it for you guys. So please let me know, and like and subscribe. Thank you. Why hello gorgeous, we're going to prime our skin. We are using the Fresh Rose Toner today. I love this stuff because it really helps adhere your moisturizer, which I am using the Peter Thomas Roth Camu Power. It really helps hydrate your skin and brighten. Now I am using the Nivea Men's Post Shave Cream as my primer. It really helps keep the foundation on, and you want to tap that in all over your face. It is critical to not forget about your lips because it really makes a difference with your lipstick. I am using the Smith's Rosebud and rubbing that in completely. And now the Sugar Fresh, it's a lip gloss, but it really helps hydrate as well. And now the Bare Minerals Remedy Blemish Remedy. You put that onto your skin on the areas that are more oily and where you have blemishes. I do have blemishes right now, so I am using the Clinique's I think it's like a spot healer, and you just put that on the areas that are bothersome. Now the Marc Jacobs Beauty, the Remarkable Foundation. You only need, do you see that? 2 dots. And with the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet, that was a little too much for me, but I use the matte velvet just on my nose just because I am so oily. But I put that all over my skin and making sure that you rub that all in. You see how a little goes a long way, especially with the Makeup Forever. So I kind of put a little too much on, as you can tell by my faces, but I am using it as a highlighting as well because it is a little light. So we want to make sure that it's all rubbed in, and so you don't have any contrast of like where you put the lighter and darker foundation. I am like in between foundations right now just because it is almost summer and I've been going out a lot, like laying out. So now I am using the Laura Mercier Flawless Fluid Foundation. It is a darker foundation for me. Well, this one obviously because I am in between colors, like I said. So you want to make sure that you blend that in, but I still kind of look kind of pasty, and I think it's just because I don't have my contour on, and I'm just like a blank canvas. You see how flat my face looks? We obviously need contour, which I'm using the Anastasia Cream Contour, and I'm using all of the colors. Except for like maybe the lighter one on the top, like the middle one. And I am using number 57 brush by Sephora, and blending the orange first underneath my eyes and then the yellow, just because I do have the red and purple hue, so I need to color correct. Now my paint, no, actually this is the Soft Ochre MAC paint pot. I use that underneath my eyes. Just, you see how it helps color correct the redness of my eyes because it is very yellow. So now I am using the Maybelline's Age Rewind Concealer as a highlighter. You can use this obviously as a concealer, but I like it as a highlighter because it does have like a creaminess to it. It has like a spongy application, which is nice. Now using my Kevyn Aucoin contour brush, I go into the Anastasia's the lighter contour first, and then I go and combine it with the darker. The reason why is because you want to create dimension on your cheeks. You don't want to just go in with the dark first. You want to have that transition color in between the highlight and the contour. And now I'm using the medium color for the nose contour just because I don't want it to be like super dark. And I do contour down there just because of the fact that I have a longer nose. You don't necessarily need to do it this way because I feel like I elongate my nose by doing this anyway, so I need to shorten it as well. Now using it on the same concealer on my forehead and underneath my brows and under the contour is really gonna help make your makeup looks so much better. And blending it out obviously is key. Blending out the lighter first onto the darker is also, I've found that it's the easiest way, just because you can get the lighter onto the darker, not making it look bad, which if you did it the opposite way, it'd be a little bit more challenging to blend, and making sure that you don't see any harsh lines when you're blending it. Now I use the Amazing Cosmetics concealer, more concealer, just because it's so dark. Now with the Bobbi Brown retouching powder, I do set underneath my eyes and all over my face. I do it on the sides of my nose, and then the ambient diffused light powder all over my face. This is by Hourglass, and I like this one because it helps give me like a nice glow without looking too powdery, because obviously I already put powder on, and then I like to go in with this one just to make it look really nice. And then the Terracota powder by Guerlain. This is a bronzer, and I love this on top of my contour, just because the contour I felt like it was making me look a little too dark. Moving on to the eyes, I am using the shade Light palette. It's the eye palette by Kat Von D, and I am showing you the colors that I'm using. The first is the lightest color that I showed you, and I am using that with my number 10 brush by Sephora, and I just put that all over the lid, so once I put on my darker colors, they will blend in really nicely. Now, transition color right in between that brow bone and your lid. And now going in with the darker, I like make it so you can see kind of like my cheeks, how I was showing you need to transition. Now I'm going with that grayish tone, and with my number 17 brush by MAC, I go right underneath the brow bone just to create that nice transition. I don't know if this is making any sense, and I feel like you guys have heard it in every YouTube video, but now going with my liner. This is a MAC liner. I don't believe they have it anymore, but I like using this as my glitter glue. So I put that on and then blend it out with my ring finger. And then going in with the pigment, and this is by White Lily by MAC, and I put that all over the lid. And notice I go back with my number 17 brush just to help blend. Now using my Bobbi Brown eyeliner brush, I am using the Tarteist liner by Tarte for gel liner. I mean, I took like 10 minutes doing this, to be honest with you. So just have to have patience and make little tiny dots to create that nice wing liner. Just because if you just go in and try to wing that liner real quick, it's just gonna become a hot mess. So you just have to be patient. Now for the inner liner, I am using the number 266 by MAC, and you just have to make sure that it's angled, and notice that I'm getting it really really close, and then using that same liner going into the inner rim. And I know it looks so ridiculous, but I wanted you guys to see. I am using a MAC shader brush, not sure what number it is, but using the really really dark colors that I used on the top, I want to make a smoky liner on the bottom. And I just noticed how red my eyes got, and so I'm just showing you how you can like make your eyes bleached almost. This is like the only eye drops that really 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 make your eyes look white in like 2 seconds. Now using the Givenchy mascara, this is a waterproof mascara, and I use this underneath my eyes just to make sure that the mascara doesn't run throughout the day. Now the NARS Frenzy highlighter. It's like one of my favorite highlighters. It's so golden and it looks so beautiful. It kind of reminds me of Whisper of Guilt by MAC. And now choosing the NYX Lingerie liquid lipstick. Not quite sure which one I was gonna do, so I'm showing you all the colors. I mean, in reality, any of those would go because my eye is so neutral, but I really wanted to do a chocolatey lip. So this one is the L105 or something like that. And you want to make sure that you get the bottom first. Now I blend both of them without getting too high. Then I go in and work my way up from the inner corner up to the middle of my lips. And try to kind of overline them a little bit, but not too much. With darker colors, I feel like if you overline your lips, you kind of tend to look a little bit ridiculous. It has to be more of like a nudie color. And I noticed that with this liquid lipsticks, you have to layer upon layer upon layer, or else it's not going to give you like enough color payoff. So here is the finished look with my lid. And we have the finished look. What do you guys think? I mean, I really enjoyed making this video, and I really want you guys to let me know what you want to watch next, because I mean, I'm running out of ideas, I feel like. Please leave me a comment on the comment box, and I would love to know. Thank you.